What's going on, guys? It is Kyle again with DTOM Knives and Gear, and today I have a super interesting, weird-looking knife to share with you. Man, is it cool, but yeah, totally different. Stay tuned. All right, welcome back, everybody. Okay, you're probably, if you haven't seen this before, wondering what the heck is that? Well, you know, I get it. Kind of a coffin shape looking thing. It's got a pocket clip, kind of weird golf ball looking thing on the top. What is this thing? Well, this thing is called the Paragon Warlock. This is the T6 or T6 aluminum handles and S30V steel. You're like, okay, well, where's your steel? How do you open this thing? See? It's not out the front. It does have a button here. You press the button and you swing the knife out like that. Pretty cool, right? I mean, is it? I mean, I had to really play with this thing to kind of see, and I'm failing, to kind of get this thing to reliably flip out. And it's not really the knife design fault, I don't think. It's one of those things where you have to get used to it. But yeah, when you press this, the scales open up. See that? And then the blade falls out on bearings, and then it closes back together and locks the knife in place. So that's the way this thing works. It's pretty cool. And then look at that freaking wicked looking dagger blade. I don't own a dagger blade. I have nothing in my collection that has a dagger blade, and now I kind of want one just because this is super cool. I love the milling that they do, and you know, you kind of see grooves, but look at that. It's a sword. Ha! How freaking sweet is that? They've kind of made these grooves in here to mimic the look of a sword. That's kind of cool. And as you can see right here, this is USA S30V, kind of worn off there a little bit, but yeah, USA made. So yeah, we always love that. So okay, this thing is super cool. I have to admit, I love playing with it. Is it a functional tool? I'm not going to say a functional tool per se for what I usually use a knife for, but it could definitely, it's a dagger blade. So it's not made to be slicing through some stuff really. It's made to stab and, well, it's made to slice. It's sharp on both sides, to say that. But this is more of a tactical kind of knife. Maybe not the tactical knife that I would choose, but I think that's what they're going for here. I don't know the history of the knife. I know they've been out and they've got a few different models of these. But I can definitely get it. It's got the kid in me, which I'm always a big kid, but it's got the kid in me going, ooh, this is cool, and I really do enjoy it. It's just it's actually pretty dead gum. Come on. It's actually pretty big. I mean, you can see in my hand, it's pretty comfortable in the hand. It's kind of a neutral coffin shape, like I said. Your hand rests right behind here. It's got a little bit of jimping on the sides there. So whenever you are gripped into the knife, you don't want to slide up, or it's kind of not allowing you to slide up. I mean, you could if you hitting some steel and just whoop, and you'll cut yourself. But for the most part, I think that would definitely stop my hand from going up like that. So, super cool. Oops. Hey, okay, I'm glad I did that. So, one thing about this symmetrical design is that when you pick the knife up, if you're not careful, that will happen. I was thinking it was fixing to go that way, and it didn't, and it came back down this way. And it's pretty sharp. It's not the sliciest thing ever, obviously, and it's pretty thick behind the edge, maybe like 28,000, something like that. But yeah, that could be, you always want to make sure that you have the pocket clip away from you. So definitely something to pay attention to, because yes, I have done that a lot in the past. Since I've had this knife, where I'll play with it, I'll put it down like that, and I'll pick it up, and I'm like, what the hell? Gotta turn it around and do it that way. So with the pocket clip position the way it is, and you pull it out of your pocket, I mean, you're always going to be orientated the way you are, but it does. Yeah, it's a reversible pocket clip, but I'm not sure how that would work out. So But anyway, I love the grind that they did on the knife, this dagger blade, and then these really cool, really ornamental grooves that they got in there. Super cool. I really, really like that. But it's a big one. It is a big one. Let's see how big it is. So we got some comparisons here. This is your Spyderco Paramilitary 2. So as you can see, it dwarfs that one. And then, of course, you've got a regular Para 3. I don't even know why I brought this one out there. So it's a pretty big knife. Another big knife that I have is the Benchmade Crooked River. As you can see, that's pretty similar as far as overall length. I mean, they're totally different, I guess, design and, yeah, you know what I mean. And then there it is against the Strider SMF. So, definitely a big boy. It's one of those knives where I first saw, and I didn't really know what it was, and so I was like, is this some kind of, what is this? I remember as a kid kind of seeing some different mechanisms like this and thinking to myself, that is super cool, but they were pieces of crap. This one is not a piece of crap. It is very well made. It's not my cup of tea, and it does have its flaws, but it's definitely not what some people might look at this and see, that's a gimmicky gas station knife or something. It's worlds away from that. It's not my cup of tea, but as you can see, once you play with it for a little bit, you can get it down, and I'm going to tell you, this is freaking fun. Now, of course, I had to fail at it then, but just doing that, on having it in pocket, pulling it out, this is so much fun. So much fun. I can't get over it. Definitely something to get used to. Kind of like the Scorpion lock on the 8015. Whenever I first got that, it was kind of difficult, but once I got the hang of it, man, it's fidgety. And this one definitely is fidgety. So it's about 9.375 inches long with a 4-inch blade. About 120 thousandths thick blade stock. And then, like I said, I think I measured around 28 thousandths behind the edge. So, but it's, it's a dagger blade. It's not, it's not ground like for that application. The blade is like a satin finish. And then, of course, this aluminum is the hard coat aluminum with this. Did it again. Kind of, I wish they'd have done a little bit better, upon the pocket clip. I don't care about deep carry. That sticks out, if your pocket like that. So that's a lot. I don't care about it, but I know a lot of people will. I don't really foresee people carrying this as an EDC. I mean, I'm not stupid. But you definitely could. You can poke in some packages and you can cut boxes and you can do that kind of stuff. Just carrying it for fun, really. But I kind of do wish the pocket clip was just a little bit better done. I mean, it's okay. It's just not the best in the world, but it definitely works. I just think they could have made it look a little cooler, really. It's a perfectly functioning pocket clip. I just think they could have made it a little cooler looking because the whole knife does kind of look cool. It's got these accents, and then when your blade is not engaged, I don't know if you can hear that and kind of see it. It doesn't come back and snap into place or anything. It wiggles like that. So that is probably going to annoy a lot of people. I think it would annoy me. But when you bring it out, as far as the blade, you can hear that. It's the nature of the design. So I'm not knocking it because of that. I'm just saying that some people might not like that design element, but it's part of the design. It's just going to be, you're not going to be able to build a knife like this and it be rock solid all the way around when you have it open and closed. It's just not going to happen. So if you can get around that, I really think you would have a blast with this thing because I really, really have. Now, one thing that some people are going to be like, okay, well, that's cool, just to have and flick around and maybe carry once in a while. They're really not. I mean, it's a big chunk of S30V. I mean, S30V is not the best still in the world, but I like S30V. I have a lot of knives in S30V. But this thing's about $250. And I am not sure if I would pay that. If I was to find one on the secondary market, and get a pretty good discount, I might pick one of these up just because it is so much fun. But I just don't think that that I would pay $250 to get this shipped to my house. I just don't think I would. It's super fun. Don't get me wrong, and I really enjoy playing with it. But I have other knives that I also enjoy fidgeting with that'll scratch that itch. It's not this thing. You know, I would definitely, if I had it in my collection, I'd definitely keep it in my collection. But I don't know. I just don't think I would pay the $250 that this thing demands. Hey, but to each their own. There's a lot of people out there that do, and they love it, and that's great. And if I had it, I'm sure I would love it. I just don't know if I could actually hit that button and say purchase for $250. It's just me, you know. Everybody has their thing. So, you know, as far as the knife is concerned, I think it's a good knife for what it's made for. I mean, it's a tactical blade, you know. It's not an EDC knife. It's something that is very weird. You guys know that I love different opening mechanisms, and I mean, obviously this is about as different as you can get. So it's got so many cool points about it that I can overlook some of the other things because it's so much fun. I mean, to press these two buttons together and have the scales just pop open and the blade come out. I mean, it's super cool. It's just, that's all there is to it. It looks like a coffin in your pocket that you can just magically go, oh, son of a gun. You can just magically make a blade pop out. So, and it's called the Warlock. Warlocks are sorcerers? Something like that. So anyways, guys, thank you so much for checking this knife out with me. Ryan, Stud Fishing, you are a freaking awesome dude for sending this thing along and letting me play with it because I've had so much fun. My wife has gotten on to me so much for playing with it because, man, I mean, it just even sounds cool whenever you flick it out. I mean, damn it. See, I mean, it sounds like you're getting a sword out or something. I don't know. So it's super cool. Ryan, you're an awesome dude. Guys, so hit the subscribe button if you want to see more. I have a lot more coming. Hit the notification bell if you like this kind of stuff, and it'll keep you abroad, you know, on what I'm doing. I do a giveaway every month, so if you hit the notification bell, it'll let you know, and then you can enter to win some cool gear when that happens. Stay safe out there, guys, in this really crazy world that we're living in. God bless America, and we will see you in the next one.